Hello everybody, it's Steve Katsikaris, Norland, Coboconk, Watchdog. I'm just exposing some of the wrongdoing going on in these courthouses around Ontario right now. You can see I have this man's name right here, Justice John N. Olver. I had a court hearing with him down in Oshawa in courtroom 107 at 10 o'clock yesterday on June 27, 2019, where he basically broke the law. And we're going to go through a few things here about having a fair trial in Canada. And a lot of people are under this misconception that you don't get a jury trial anymore. Not according to the laws that I found, according to the Criminal Code and the Constitution, only anti-terrorist laws. And that's going to prove what's going on here with me right now. But this judge was thinking that I was a moron, and he told me 536 of the Criminal Code forbids me from having a jury trial. No, it's the other way around. You actually get a jury trial under 536. But I'm just going to go through the Constitution of Canada and go look at your legal rights. So if you ever get in trouble with the cops, go look at the Charter. I'm going to show you right where it is. And if anybody in the courthouse, including duty counsel or your lawyer, says you don't get a jury trial, sure you do. Now, let me just go through this right here now. CBC's been filling people full of lies too. They don't get a jury trial. Sure you do. Unless they use anti-terrorist laws. But you got to be part of Al-Qaeda, like something crazy like that. So I think a lot of people are being thrown in jails across Canada right now just on these lies of anti-terrorist laws being misused in these courthouses to get convictions of people who didn't commit crimes, such as myself. I'm a community watchdog, not a criminal. Anyways, let me go through the legality of all this. So if you ever get in any problems, you can recite the Charter, and then you can find out if they're using anti-terrorist laws on you or not. So it's actually section number 11. Any person charged with an offense, so you can see here, proceedings to criminal and penal matters. And this is under the Constitution, folks, so this is the ultimate law of the land. There's no law higher than this thing. Alright, so if you take a look at D here, so if anybody says that you don't get a jury trial, no, it's D. D, presumed innocent until proven guilty according to law. That is the key word right there, according to law. And that's 536 of the Criminal Code, which we're going to go through here. In a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal, meaning that they can't put the cops on the jury and then have them say, hey, do you like Steve Katsikaris? Do you want him guilty? Sure, they're all going to stand up and say yes. So the jury has to be non-biased. Same with the judge if you have a judge trial. So you can see there under 11D, all Canadians still can have a judge trial according to law. All right, and there's the other part there if it's over 5 years. This is where they try to deceive you, right here on F. Don't fall for this crap. Except in the case of an offense under military law tried before a military tribunal to benefit of trial by jury, where the maximum punishment for the offense is an imprisonment for 5 years or more. Severe punishment. Yeah, so where the conception is there, it says except for military. All military guys get a jury, obviously, I guess, or a tribunal. But they're trying to say that for 5 years, if it's more than 5 years, yeah, you're going to need a jury, and that's F. But if you go back to D again, you use D on them, and you tell them, and that's where you have to say according to law. Now that you know D, according to law is the key word, go down now to the Criminal Code of Canada, and there it is right here, 536. So the Criminal Code now falls under the Charter and Rights and Freedoms, so there it is there, 536. So they don't say you get a jury trial, no, you do. And it says right here, election, that's the key word under 536, election. That's only if you decide to have a judge trial, you get a judge trial. But if you want a jury trial under a Canadian law, under Section 2, you can have one. Now, this is what the judge is supposed to read you out, which they don't do for me, ever, but now I caught him. Okay, he's supposed to say, you have the option to elect, that means you have a choice, to be tried by a provincial court judge without a jury and without having had a preliminary inquiry, or you may elect to be tried by a judge without a jury, or you may elect to be tried by a court. Hopefully this will work this time without jumping around. Yeah. Composed of a judge and jury. Yes, I do. If you do not elect, now you are deemed to have elected to be tried by a court composed of a judge and jury. Okay, if you elect to be tried by a judge without a jury or by a court composed of a judge and jury, or if you are deemed to have elected to be tried by a court composed of a judge and jury, you will have a preliminary inquiry only if you or the prosecutor requests one. Well, guess what? The prosecutor is requesting on your behalf. How do you elect to be tried? So, it's not the prosecutor in end. It's a big thing there. There's the last little part there. How do you elect to be tried? So you can go with a judge trial, which is stupid, or go with a jury trial. That's better. And that's how they can't set you up. So there's this judge, Olver, this guy in Oshawa. I got him now on that, and I got him on something else. I'm writing him up, by the way. This guy here at Oshawa, at 150 Bond Street, John N. Olver, I'm writing you up of violations of the Court Justice Act, Section 81, not doing your job. And I got you on the witness stuff now, too. All right, you didn't think I was going to go look this up, did you, Justice Olver? Now, let's see what we got here. That's that one. There we go. I had my witness list there yesterday, and the Crown acknowledged it on their record, and I want these witnesses for September 10th for this court hearing, and I want a jury as well. Under 541, this is where I got you, sir. Let's just go home and look it up, eh? There we go. I'm going to read it now. Hearing of witnesses. When the evidence of the witnesses called on the part of the prosecution has been taken down, which he has, and where required by this part, has been read, the justice shall, not may, shall, that means you will do it, subject to this section, hear the witnesses called by who? The accused. That means, Justice Olver, all those people on my witness list, and the Crown acknowledges that the witness list is there, and their cops and judges and politicians are all fair game that come to court because you have my disclosure, and I can prove right now there's municipal corruption and also treason going on in this country against Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. So under 465 of criminal conspiracy against the Canadian people, against the Queen, you damn right I want a jury. And the law says so, starting with the Charter, also fortified by the Criminal Code of Canada. Now, what you're doing to me is anti-terrorist laws. You're suspending my rights as a Canadian citizen, and it's called take away habeas corpus, so I'm no longer a Canadian citizen. You're putting me in these secret hearings. You're not giving me disclosure, failing to recognize Stitchcom 1991, Superior Court ruling. It's the property of the accused, all that disclosure of all those police reports and 911 calls and everything else that you will not give me, including Police Chief Paul Martin's video and also Ryerson University's Dr. Hogarth's interview with York Regional Police Homicide planning to kill me. And I also got the stuff on that. So, you can see now that these anti-terrorist laws need to go. We need to bring back the Constitution and the rule of law, and you better be part of Al-Qaeda or ISIS or IRA or something. And you can't use this on regular Canadians like me, especially if I'm a loyalist, an oath keeper, and a community watchdog. I'm the exact opposite person that anti-terrorist law should be used on. And now that I've found the law, 541 of the Criminal Code, 536 of the Criminal Code, fortified by the Charter under Section 11D, I believe it is. Justice Olver, I'm writing you up to the Justice Council, and I'm putting this video up on YouTube. And you know what? I'm going to add you to my list for trial, because I'm going to be asking for the witness list to be put forward. And you, John Flaherty, and Mr. Police Chief Paul Martin and others will be coming to trial, and I'm going to put you under oath. And I got many, many questions for you, starting with 541, 536, and the Charter. And we'll start going through the anti-terrorist laws, showing where it says you can go after innocent Canadians and watchdogs and loyalists. It's not in there. So, I'm Steve Katsikaris. I'm your Norland Coboconk Watchdog, exposing the courthouses, the corruption in this community, also in the government, and now in these courthouses at Oshawa, starting with Justice Olver, who I'm writing a letter of complaint now to the Justice Council down in Adelaide Street, Toronto. So, stay tuned for my next video, and hey, what will I discover next? So long, everybody. Take care.